There's quite a few different formulas. I mean, if you go into chapters, you'll see hundreds of self-help books to help you get to the same goal, and everybody has a different perspective and a different twist. I think the biggest thing is you need to find the one that works for you. For myself, I need to focus on it, and I need to believe it. If you wanted to weigh 115 pounds and you were 130 pounds, then you could make affirmations, and you could write a goal as to, I want to lose 5 pounds this month, 5 pounds the following month, and 5 pounds the following month, and then you have to go through a system of, well, how am I going to lose that weight? Because you can affirm that you're going to lose 15 pounds for 3 years if you wanted to, and if you're not going to get up off the couch and you're not going to eat properly, it's not going to happen.
So it's action.
Yeah, it's a matter of belief and action. You have to put the two of them together, and it won't work with just belief, and it won't work with just action. So
fantastic. Yeah. And because you're on the show, obviously I'm going to ask you this question. What has been your inspiration, your driving force? What has given you the courage and strength to go through the transformation that you've obviously been through?
To tell you the truth, I don't know. I know that I know there's something better, and every day I think this is it. This is as great as what it's going to get, and then the next day it gets that much better. I mean, where I was 3 years ago, even after I'd gone through my transformation period, I was like, oh, I feel great, I feel fantastic. And if I was to feel that way today, I'd be like, oh, I'm having a depressed day. It keeps getting better, and it keeps getting so much more enlightening, and it's absolutely fantastic. And knowing that tomorrow's going to be that much better, and the next day is going to be that much better, that's my inspiration. And
do you feel like you've been guided by a higher power? Because I heard you mention your angels. Is that just a figure of speech, or do you really?
I mean, I just started attending church this year, so it's a different kind of church. I don't have one certain entity. I mean, I've got Buddhas in my house. I've got crosses in my house. I've got angels. I think whoever it is I feel like talking to or asking for help, that's who I'm going to send it out to, because I don't think there needs to be a certain religion. There doesn't need to be a certain entity. It's the power within, really, and that's where it all comes from. So
it's the vibration of love.
Yeah.
And tell me about, you have 2 books published.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the books.
Woman to Woman, The Journey to Me, that was the first book I wrote, and that was basically a reflection on my transformation experience. As I look back at it now, I see that it was a very amateur attempt at writing a book, but it was very therapeutic for myself, and I've heard from other people it was very therapeutic for them as well. So basically it talked about the molesting, and it talked about my dad dying, and my relationship with my mom, my relationship with my ex, and it was just basically a way for women, that was my whole goal, was a way for women to look within themselves and learn the lessons that they were supposed to be learning. Even though I didn't realize that was my goal at the beginning, that's what it turned out to be. Power Surge is more of a book that teaches the life coaching, the hypnosis, and the universal laws that we're all trying to learn. I've learned that in a roundabout way, all self-help, it doesn't matter what kind of self-help it is, it's all the same. And it's all trying to lead you in the exact same direction, and they just kind of put a little tweak on it. And so I was hoping to put them all into one compilation, and easy to read, because there's some self-help books that you can get that are very hard to read, they're very hard to understand, very hard to get into. So I wanted to get one that's for the everyday reader.
Yeah. And the feedback you've received, you have touched women's lives, haven't you?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's nice. It must be rewarding.
It is. And it's very humbling too, because I don't, I guess I don't see it as being that big of a deal, like it comes through me, and then I'll have someone email me or call me and say, like, I just read this, and oh my God, that was exactly what I needed to hear. This is what I've been going through, and and that is so wonderful to hear. Just knowing that you touch one person's life is amazing.
Beautiful. And your music career. You have a CD?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. And to purchase your books and your CD, you have a website, don't you?
Yeah, it's www.journeyhealers.com.
Okay, we'll put a little caption up for it as well.
Okay.
So, and any other things that you want to touch on today that you feel in your heart right now is something that you're focusing on, a future project, or anything else that you want to share that is just going to come through you?
I'm currently working on a third book. It's
Great.
just going to be an ebook, and it's called What My Mother Taught Me, and it's lessons from the earth. So it's delving into the natural approach to living life rather than trying to struggle your way through it, just grasping on the natural aspects.
Excellent. Tell me the analogy of the flower.
The analogy of the flower is that we can struggle in our lives. We can try as hard as we might to get something accomplished, to get something done, whether it be a new relationship or a new job or whatever, but until it's actually time for it to happen, it's going to be a struggle. And if you plant a seed, it doesn't matter what time of year you plant the seed's going to grow, and eventually it's going to turn into a flower, it's going to bloom, it's going to open on its own. And it's just the same as our lives. When we're ready to bloom, we're going to bloom, and we can't force it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And your greatest loves in life?
My greatest loves in life. Oh, my family is my very first greatest love. Music, writing, singing, my work.
And your words of wisdom?
The sun is always shining above the clouds.
Gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. It's been really, really wonderful to meet you.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much, Catherine Graham. It was such a lovely afternoon spent in your lounge room. You are such an open, honest soul. And the thing that I admire so much about you is that you have found your source. You found the love within. And you don't just sit there and go, wow, my life is perfect. I'm so lucky. I've got this. I've created that. I've got a beautiful family, a beautiful home. You actually share it with the world. You write books. You create music. And to me, that is just such an amazing gift, that the love that you have within, you take the time to give to every single person out there. So hats off to you, Catherine. It was a delight meeting you. Now, to everyone else out there who has a story to share, please take the time to contact Inspirational Transformational TV Show. Take the time to share. Take the time to inspire others with your transformation. I look forward to hearing from you all soon and sending you all peace and love.